I mean, they're talking about Black Adam's box office bomb. So,
Marvel did do some damage to the perception of these things, but they need to like
yeah, I
stop
mean,
that.
before it's like if a movie made 200 million, it's
That was
opening
like
weekend.
10 years ago, right? 15.
If a movie made 250 million,
Oh, it's a
even like
hit.
total, even if it was total 250 million, if it made 65 million is opening weekend, it's a good indicator that the movie's doing well.
Yeah, like Black Adam made $400 million, and it'll probably make more in its DVD sales, like not even counting merchandising. Well, they didn't
And
have much
then
merchandising.
now it is, if the movie doesn't make at least 100 and some million each weekend, the weekend after it premieres needs to hit same indicator of the first week. And then maybe week 4 or 5, it still needs to be edging close to that break even point. And if it hasn't done that, then it is considered to be a bomb, waste of money, because everything now is, it's all about profit. It's all about Netflix cutting movies and TV shows. Everything is, we're going to maximize the movies that we're putting out when we're putting them out. If we don't see the return, that's it. Like, you're not going to get another chance.
Ugh.
And then when Disney buys Fox, everything changes from that point. So you have the lead up to Disney just dominating with all of the Marvel movies. So that even the Disney movies take a back seat to that. Less companies putting out movies because Disney owns at least 2 of the companies that were putting out movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sony doesn't put out that much. Then you have Universal and Paramount, smaller movie company or something, but that's really it at this point. So it's like, unless you're really hitting those markers, and even post COVID, that's even worse because I mean, people are now going back to the movie theaters. Top Gun is proof of that.
Mm.
The thing is that Top Gun, I know if I go see Tom Cruise is going to do something amazing.
Yep.
That dude just jumped out of a helicopter today. Whatever the next Mission Impossible movie is.
That's just going to be amazing. I wonder if he's going to wind down. I'm looking at the box office hits, top 10, the top 10 box office worldwide. Avatar's at the top.
And that first movie,
it only got that money because you can
they
only really watch
it
in IMAX.
They re-released it, I think at least twice. They re-released it in 3D because it was like an extra like 10, 15 minutes of something in it that really didn't amount to anything. It was that kind of edged it to be that, well, this is the top grossing movie of all time. And then you kind of wind up having some of the Marvel movies edge closer to that. Like, without even trying, edge closer to that. Where most of those Marvel movies, at least all of the successful ones, were 650 million plus, hitting 8 billion. And I guess at least some of the Star Wars movies.
Oh, no. It was J.J. Abrams shit. Episode 7, number 4. Avengers Endgame's number 2. Titanic 3. Infinity War, number 5. Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh, the gloriousness. Number 6. Jurassic World.
I still don't understand that one, but you know.
The Lion King.
I did not like that one, but I mean, again, at this point, like all the movies that you're naming, it really is all Disney, Fox.
It's all Disney.
Yeah, Disney and Fox. Fox.
Well, here's the thing: even with those Fox movies, Fox still ended up damn near going bankrupt because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But that's
well, I mean, it's all those X-Men movies.
It's management. That's not talent, so to speak. Yeah, Lion King, Avengers, and the only Universal film is Furious 7. That's because of Paul Walker.
Yeah, because that was the one. I think was that the one after he died.
Yep, it's the one after he died. Family. It's all about family. And Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
couldn't break the top 10. I was rooting for it. I was rooting for it to get that top 10. They should re-release it just so.
And another thing with the first movie, overseas ate that up.
For which one?
Avatar.
Yes, 73% of it. That movie was the overseas.
So another thing that really has happened, kind of maybe post 2010.
Yeah, that's insane. $2 billion overseas. That's insanity.
Yeah. So is that a lot of the movies started catering to China mostly, but some of those movies that you named in that top 10 were released over there, made a ton of money, and then the shifts happen to kind of placate that overseas market.
Yeah, it's kind of broken up. China is only 261 million, so it would be interesting to see what the China sales will look like.
What I read now is that they might be having some other like COVID waves. So even though they had,
They are. Yeah, they are.
yeah,
There's
even though they
COVID
kind of
wave.
had their social issues surrounding COVID, people are afraid to congregate in large spaces.
Yeah. So bad luck in this case. I'm looking at just what grossed over $1 billion, and you're right, it's all Disney. Backtrack, Lord of the Rings films grossing over $1 billion.
All right, so what I'm looking at has Harry Potter, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. How that movie made $1 billion, I don't understand.
Yeah, that Fallen Kingdom was trash.
And then more Disney movies: Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, Incredibles, The Fate of the Fast and Furious. Was that the last one? I think.
Yeah, Fate of the Furious. Yeah, that was the last one.
Iron Man 3, Minions, Captain America, Aquaman. So you have a DC movie finally. Spider-Man: Far From Home, Captain Marvel. How that movie also made it. Matt's favorite movie: Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Lord of the Rings, Skyfall, Transformers: Age of Extinction.
God.
How that movie made $1 billion.
What the hell? Oh, it's China again.
Dark Knight Rises, Toy Story, and other Disney movies. So it's just like Disney, and that Joker movie did make over $1 billion. So we'll acknowledge that.
We're pissed about that. And not like that shit. But wait, the Joker movie made a ton of money overseas. This time it's a little more evenly distributed. Brazil, Mexico, South Korea, Japan, the UK.
Which is like Japan, there's only like maybe 5 shows a day of Avatar, maybe because the movie's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's another problem with like big ass movies like that. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you something that pissed me off more than anything in the world. The fact that movies like Dredd and John Carter didn't make that money.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how the hell?
I have seen Dredd recently. John Carter, I've seen bits and pieces of it maybe in the past year. That movie is so good. John Carter might be a failure to some, but it's not a failure in my mind.
Star Wars Episode 2 did $653 million. Attack of the Clones.
People don't want Taika Waititi.
Yeah, what the dude? I mean, I get that people didn't like what's his name that much, but the hate is just like ridiculous.
I mean, again, I think his style of comedy, it is just very in your face.
They want that guy dead.
Like his movies, like had discovered Taika Waititi, The Hunt for the Will of the People. I saw that, and it was like a very witty comedy about an older guy and a young kid. This is pretty cool. Thing leading up to that, whether it be his Star Wars work and or Thor Ragnarok, was okay. It is something about this movie, Thor Love and Thunder, that has incensed people. He needs to go.
I felt the vitriol, man. Like, even Mike was passionate hating on that movie. I'm like, what the hell? James hates a lot of shit. Just don't get the hate.
It is his style of comedy. Dude. He's the person that needs restraint. Somebody needs to say to him, like, yo, you need to tone down all that.
Well, Feige's got too many fires.
Then you also have Chris Hemsworth. Like, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best movie.
Hemsworth, like, he was praising the shift in tone, the tonal shift, and it honestly worked for Ragnarok. That shit worked. And James Gunn, good lord,
10 year at DC started off like Elon Musk at Twitter.
I read that somewhere too.
Every week something bad is happening, and there's no way to stop it.
He should have kept that Cavill shit. Mum's the word. Henry, can you not say anything? People were like, what's going on? Are we getting a Superman movie?
Yes, and Henry Cavill had stepped away from The Witcher, which he was passionate about. Like, he wanted to do The Witcher because he plays video games.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, yo, I'm going back to Superman, everybody. And like, oh, yeah, well, now I see why he stepped away from The Witcher. And then it's just like, this dude doesn't want any part of like anything dealing with DC.
So apparently he left The Witcher a while ago. Like, he told him, I'm out. He was supposed to announce if he was going to be there or not. They asked him not to say anything until they had a replacement. I think they would have pushed it back until after they did the Blood new series that came out. Said he got signed. So he said, all right, I'm releasing it now. And because, I mean, right now the iron's hot. I'm guessing he was trying to get people to like, hey, Cavill's now completely free. You got no excuse now. There's no excuses not to do a new Superman movie. Because like the timing of it is like he announces that Black Adam comes out. He does his cameo. Then he announces he's leaving Witcher.
He's supposed to be in the Flash, so you know at least
Mhm.
something is happening with that, and now he's gone from that. Like,
So it looks like what happened was that Black Adam was finally out. Hamada and all the rest of those motherfuckers were gone finally. And all right, I got to make a play. He's like, this is my corner of the DC universe. I'm going to do my own thing. I'll have my own Justice League to fight against, that type of thing. And he's pushing that thing. So he's doing a lot of like, I don't want to call this shit petty, but he's releasing all these hot takes and stuff, you know, kind of playing it up WWE style. And it's working because it's drumming up a lot of excitement. Everybody's looking at it to a certain
yeah,
point.
and then there was some talk about him maybe being a replacement for James Bond.
Yeah. So I think Dwayne Johnson, they all may have said, all right, now you need to put your name out there and establish a narrative without actually saying it. That, you know, hey, I'm quitting this one. I'm open. I've also done a cameo for Superman. I'm not saying that I've been signed to it, but if you do something stupid and not hire me, then you guys are going to reap the consequences. And they're reaping the fucking consequences because people canceling HBO. I mean, they talking about we're done with all this shit. We don't want nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure Feige and Iger are shitting their britches because, god damn it, like Gunn was the fan favorite to direct Guardians of the Galaxy, and all intents and purposes, that looks like it's gonna be great. But that motherfucker's not gonna want to watch that shit.
People are turning on that movie now. So
oh yeah, they highly turned on it. They already turned on Chris Pratt. This is not good. How do you fuck up this bad? Came on board, it was like, oh my god, he's gonna save the day. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna do a whole new stuff. We're not gonna do anything old. And the writing was on the wall the minute he was telling Gal Gadot, like, look, slow your roll on this stuff. We're not going with that Patty Jenkins thing. And it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, she's pissed off because she's like, well, I had written the treatment for Wonder Woman 3. They didn't like it.
Yeah, nobody liked that shit.
Wonder Woman 84 was trash.
Wonder Woman 84 was hot garbage, and she needs to recognize that she was just utter garbage. I think in her world, the reason it didn't make any money is because of the pandemic, and that's not the case.
No, well, I mean, she's still trying to say that Warner Brothers torpedoed the movie because they put it out on HBO Max.
Yeah, no, the movie sucked. It was trash. People watched a 4-hour Justice League movie, then watch that shit.
Yeah, DC's been in free fall post that Wonder Woman movie because you had that Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, it didn't make any money.
There was interest in it because James Gunn had done it, but that was about it. Aquaman made a ton of money.
So, sweet mother of God, the Suicide Squad made $168 million. That lost the money. But it came on HBO Max at the same time, so it's
but
fine.
The thing is just that, I mean, right now, particularly Marvel, what's going on with them? And like now, James Gunn taking over DC and trying to shape it in his vision, and it's not working out too well for him right now.
The first movie they do casting choices for replacement, that shit better be phenomenal. It can't be anything less.
Yeah, because if you screw up Batman and Superman, if you're going to go in that direction, because you can't keep going with like all these lesser characters. I was at the gym, Birds of Prey movie. Like that was another kerfluffle that they didn't even know what to call that movie. Birds of Prey was on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this movie's terrible. She gets knocked down on the ground, a breakfast sandwich flies out of her hand, she's crying about it. When in the modern movie making, in the action movie, is that acceptable? And another thing about Margot Robbie, she is still doing that same Wolf of Wall Street voice in like almost every movie she's in. I'm like, yo, you need to do something else. Doing it in practically every movie. Even that Babylon movie, she's still doing it. And I think she's Australian or New Zealand, like one of the two. Kiwi or
she's
Aussie.
Australian. Yeah, she's Australian. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the heck. Oh my God, who is the director of this Babylon film?
Damien Chazelle.
La La Land, First Man, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Oh, Whiplash. Okay.
Yeah, Whiplash and La La Land.
Yeah, Whiplash. Hell yes. Yeah, that was.
Whiplash is like another movie, kind of like Top Gun, where it's just more about the journey of the people in it trying to accomplish something. But I mean, Damien Chazelle has been doing a lot of stuff kind of Hollywood based, that Hollywood is in love with itself. So when Oscar time rolls around or awards time rolls around, it's hoping that he does something to win an award.
I got you.